His name is KSM, and you're watching the KSM show. All right. Well, today we are going entertainment, man, and other things. I'm going to be talking to two great entertainment critics, very, very renowned, very well. They are publishers, they are bloggers, and they're doing some amazing things, and they have some in-depth information in our entertainment industry, and we'll be talking about all of that. Coming up much later, I have Amia Deborah, but the first one joining me right here is Anthony Osafo. This man says by the time he's 50, he wants to be a monk. Show some love, man. Why? But he will tell us, plus many other things. Put your hands together, show some love for Anthony Osafo. Yeah. Have a seat, man. Welcome. Anthony, at 50 you want to be a monk?
Of course, I mean, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, it's based on, my religious,
Really?
how shall I say, teachings. At the age of 50 years, according to my religion, I'm a Hare Krishna.
Oh, you're Hare Krishna?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, per our teachings, at 50, you have to renounce and then concentrate on worshiping God till you die. So,
at 50?
At 50.
But before 50, if you die before 50, what do you do?
Oh, well, if you die before 50, but the point is that you are worshiping God in truth and in faith. So even if you die before 50, I mean, you can still go back home. But then at 50, I mean, you have to just renounce.
Really?
Yeah.
So every Hare Krishna who is 50 has totally renounced everything else?
Yeah, just renounce. You see, renouncing doesn't mean that, don't listen to radio or don't watch movie or something. No. It basically means let all your concentration be on God. So every other thing that you are doing, God should be the center of it. So it doesn't mean I'm renounced.
You can't be writing about Saturday.
I mean, exactly, yeah. But then, the consciousness is always
on God.
On God, yeah.
Why can't be that now? Why
I mean, I'm doing it now. Yeah, I'm still doing it now. Yeah.
I just want to know the difference between doing it now and when you have renounced. What do you do when you have renounced that you don't do now? Okay,
now it appears, there's a lot of youthful exuberance. There are some stories I can publish now. I don't give excuse me, damn what people will say or stuff like that. I can give a very wide headline, but from that time going, there should be some maturity. You need to check the kind of words that you use, and then you just have to be more conscious.
Give me an example for a title like. Give me an exciting headline you can use now that you can't use when you get to 50.
Yeah, I mean, like right now. I can do a story and say, Jocelyn Duma fingers, Martha Ankuma. It's very wild. Fingers, Martha Ankuma. So somebody's like, fingers, I mean, how?
But then, at 50, how would you
but then when I get more matured, I wouldn't use fingered. It could be maybe Martha Ankuma, and maybe Jocelyn Dumas at maybe longer hairs or something.
But why don't you do that now? That's what I'm right. Why are you waiting till 50 to do the mature thing?
Oh yeah, now I'm young. People have a lot of followings. I can't be doing things that will make people, be like, I call you cry, then I say panini like this. Yeah. So I have to be at the level. So now you just have to do what the youth like. I mean, just follow the trend. But then at that age, I would have become an old man. So you just take it now.
I don't know what to do because I'm an old man, but I'm still doing the youth thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've got swag. You've got swag.
But if I was Hare Krishna right about now, I should have stopped these things.
Not stop, but then maybe there are certain areas you may not touch.
Okay.
In fact, I've even observed you. The KSM I know then, it's not the KSM I know now. Those days, I recall you, played along a lot of political stuff. But then now it looks as if people are becoming more and more voracious when it comes to politics. People are becoming more sentimental, more temperamental when it comes. So I've observed you. You have not told me, but I have seen that you are sort of minimizing the way you touch on political and religious, issues. Because though you are doing comedy, somebody might take it from a different perspective. And then the name KSM, by the time you realize, it is sinking. So I've observed you that you are cutting certain things, and it comes with maturity and experience.
Show some love, man. but no. So you were with you're doing Raz now.
Raz.
And before then you were.
Before then I was with Flex Newspaper.
Flex, yes, that's one. Yeah.
And that's how I got to know you about 3 years
that's
ago.
Right. That's right. And you left Flex and started Raz?
Yes, yeah. I mean, Raz came in, I think, 2013. It went off, and it came back in 2014. So 2014 I was there, and then I had an offer from them that they need me as the deputy editor to help with the substantive editor. So I just, cross carpet.
Yeah, cross carpet. Yeah. But basically, it's entertainment is your focus.
100% entertainment. Really? Yeah, I do strictly entertainment.
Was it you? I've read somebody who read some very, very interesting issues on Castro's. Was it your paper, or you didn't do?
We've done series of publications on Castro from so many angles. From so many angles, because the case is a mystery. So some are taking it from the entertainment bit, others are taking it from religious bit, some are taking it from voodoo side, some are taking it from, so many angles. So we've done series of write-ups on it. Series of write-ups.
I know it's past news, but what's your bit? What's your take on it?
Well, like I have said, it's a mystery. So far, I don't think this thing has ever happened in Ghana's music industry, that a musician went out there to have fun. And that was it. We've not seen the body ever went on sea. KSM, you are older than me. I don't think you have ever heard this thing in Ghana's music industry before. It's a mystery. In fact, the year 2014 was not an auspicious year. Bad news all over the place. Bad news. The murder of Fenekotre. Bad news. It's Tiffany, video leaking. There was bad news throughout the whole 2014. You understand? So with Castro's case, it's a big mystery. It depends on where you stand. Some say, oh, we believe he's alive. Some also say, no, the guy is gone. Now, to those who say he's alive, my question is, if he's alive, what is he hiding for? Where is he hiding? Is he hiding in the water? The last time I checked, he's not a tilapia. So why would he be, hiding in the water? Again, if he's hiding, as in human habitat, the question is, which hotel room is he hiding? That one day, per accident, somebody may not chance on me and say, hey, Castro, hey, here you are. Then maybe, has he been masqueraded? Has he been changed into something? And why? Who is he running away from? His own family? Family of Janet Bandu? So I kept asking this question, and I'm like, I'm tempted to believe the man is no more. It's no more. Yeah, it's no more. It's no more, because I don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's very sad anyway.
It's very, very sad.
Very sad.
And like I said, I know it's bad news, but how did you feel? Because, and I'm sorry I'm raking the past into this, but I saw a set of Ghanaians that shocked me, because there was a whole lot of jokes on social media about his disappearance. Very, very, very cruel jokes. Not tasteful at all, and I couldn't understand. What did you think of those things from your standpoint during those days?
You see, KSM, the point is, social media has now become very vibrant. You can't stop people from expressing their opinions, you understand? Now, when there's an issue to everybody and the way he or she takes it, like they say in Chi, so it's like your goat is missing, you are crying, and another person is also laughing. Why? Because he has gotten that same goat to prepare some pepper soup. You understand? So the point is, those who may not be too closer to the Castro guy, who may not follow him so religiously, they will like, well, why don't I also squeeze some little joke out of it?
I wasn't close to him, I didn't follow him religiously. But here was the possibility that this man is dead. Why would I think of making it funny?
Yeah,
that one I don't understand. I don't think that social media, because it's social media, you are allowed to make fun of somebody whose family is mourning. Exactly.
The point is, that is how you may take it. You are a different person. Another person will also say that, oh, why don't I also squeeze a little joke out of it? The fellow sees nothing wrong with it. You may have a problem, but then it's like, everybody is talking about, the sad aspect. Why don't I also squeeze something small for people to, laugh over it. So he sit down, goes into his coral drawer, and then create some Castro, corned beef or something. And then
I think it's mean and vicious.
of course, I
and
mean,
they may not agree with me.
Yeah.
But I think there are certain standards of decency. But that's all
exactly,
we talk about. We want to talk about you, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's been 10 years since you started.
I mean, KSM, when you called me, I was shocked. I had a shock of my life because from my records, I started writing for publication as far back as 2005. So this year actually marked the 10th year. So I've been thinking to myself, how do I tell this story? Do I put it on my Facebook wall?
Yeah.
Do I publish an article about it? How do I tell this story? Then out of the blue, KSM called me and said, Osafo, I want to host you on my show. And I was like, wow. So I deliberately decided now, I'm not going to tell you until I come here and then I'll tell you that I'm actually celebrating my 10th year since I started art writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show some love, man. 10 years.
Yeah,
how has the ride been?
Okay,
But you do a lot of, not just writing, because you're on
I'm also
radio,
as a panelist. Yeah.
How's the journey been?
KSM, it has not been easy. It has not been easy at all. I mean, I record when I started, those were the days where weekly filler. I mean, I don't know if you record filler. Yeah. We had the likes of Jive. We had, quite a number of entertainment newspapers.
Are they all gone?
Oh, they are all gone.
Really?
Yeah, they are all gone. Yeah, Filler is gone, Jive is gone. They are all gone. I record those days, I will write and then email it to them. Yes, never did I see even one published. Never. So those days I would just sit down and I'm like, why? Is it that my grammar is not good? Is it that the topic I picked, they did not like it? I wrote to several of them, Graphic Showbiz, I was writing to Graphic Showbiz, Spectator.
Nobody will publish it?
Never did I see it published. But then I think on a second thought, this is what I saw happen. Then I thought when you write an article to a publishing house, the editor will call you or maybe write to you and tell you that, oh, we've accepted it. We'll publish on this day, so try and get a copy.
Okay.
So that is why I got it wrong. So perhaps it was published, but I never saw it.
Okay. Because you're not looking out for it.
Because I was not looking out for it, and then I was not buying newspapers, on daily basis. Yeah, but I didn't let it, discourage me. I said, well, let me continue writing. So I continued writing on social issues. Then I will still come back to my entertainment because that's my love. I've been doing art writing from secondary school days. Any person who knows me from secondary school days wouldn't be surprised to hear me today as a writer, because the whole thing started from secondary school days. Even though I was an accounting student, I was writing and winning over even those who were doing pure, English as in literature. My manuscript, I recall my essay teacher, Mrs. Sinyao, he would come and say, of all the manuscript I've read, Osafo's is the best. People were like, baby, you are doing accounting, calculating, so how come you are able to write so well? But it's something
you had a passion for it?
I had a passion for it, So the journey has not been easy until I think 2010, thereabout, when I joined Flex newspaper. That is where I started getting my shine. So anytime I'm telling this story, somebody like Samuel Toby-Ban, who is the chief editor for Flex newspaper, I don't leave his name out. Because the guy just gave me the chance. I recall once I bought the newspaper, picked his number, called him and told him that, say, I want to write for your newspaper. And I'm a script writer. So I saw that nobody was doing movie review. That is what I observed, especially in his newspaper. He wasn't doing movie review. So I called him and told him that, well, I'm a script writer. I watch movies. I pay attention to movies. So I want to do movie review. So he said, oh, okay, I think it's a nice idea. I got to the office. I showed him some few stuff. And he was like, wow, I think you can do it. Just come on board. Yes, and that was how it all started. So I started going for movie premiere week after week. I'll go and then come and then give it to those movie makers. And I recall I made quite a lot of noise then. About 4 years ago, a lot of people who buy the newspaper and they would want to see what Osafo has, done a review on.
You get into trouble with any?
I mean, I got into trouble. I recall once doing a review on this guy's movie, Van Vicker, The Hands of Time. I mean, I watched the movie and I was like, what is this? Do you think the scriptwriter really sat down to brainstorm to write this story? In fact, I gave it to him left, right, center. And later when the story was published, he called the editor almost every 30 minutes. Who is that guy? Who is that guy, Osafo? To see my movie was not nice. I want to meet him. It was crazy.
Did you meet him?
Oh, I finally met him one day and he nearly hooked me in the neck. He sort of said, you this guy, you were a dream killer. How can you say my movie was not nice? He nearly strangulated me until people came around and said, hey.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it was that. I did a lot of movie reviews on Leila Jansi's movie, Shirley Frimpong, Venus Fame, Secret Safo. I mean, all the big names I did know. But the point is, some of them also appreciated where I came from. Especially, I recall doing a review on Amma, this lady called Amma Usu something, the one who did that Kukwanansa movie. Yeah. I recall doing a review on her movie. She read it and said, oh, wow, she really appreciated it. She liked it.
Were you kind?
Yeah, I wasn't too kind because...
You weren't too kind?
Yeah, I wasn't
but
too
she called
kind.
you and said she appreciated it?
Yeah, I wasn't too kind.
Okay.
You see, I mean, and sometimes I think, I don't know how to put it. When you are open-minded, you don't let certain things, worry you too much. I mean, that lady saw the review and said, oh, okay, I like the fact that you talked about the good side and you also talked about the bad side. It's not a matter of only pick on only the negatives, no. But I talk the good and then I talk the bad. So he said,
with Van Vicker, it seems like you talk about only
no, for Van Vicker, almost, everything was bad. Storyline was bad, plotting was bad, directing was bad. I mean, it was nothing. It was nothing to write home about. You understand? It was not to write home about. So after that one, I just gave him, I think I gave him 2 over 10 or something like that.
I think this is the part where I say all views expressed here. This is the part where Safa comes to officially say that all the views expressed by their guests.
Oh, I mean, this is only my...
Yeah, but anyway, that's the life of a critic, though.
Yeah,
you have to be harsh when you have to be.
Exactly.
And,
I you have taken...
Yeah,
where I did a review.
Me, yeah,
and I told
I
you
was
that.
repeating my show.
Yeah.
You give it to me.
Yeah.
Let me strangle you now.
Yeah, just that, in your case, I had to call you, and then say, case I think I observed this or that. You can just work on it. And he said, oh, Osafo, I appreciate those, So it's like that, that's the attitude of a critic. Sometimes people ask you, oh, are you sincere about it? Do you really want it well? Because sometimes people think you are out for mischief. That is how people misconstrue our work. Yeah, people think, no, this guy, I think I have to be very careful. He's very mischievous. He wants to collapse my brand.
Yeah.
But in KSM, that is not the point. I mean, who am I to collapse KSM's brand? Who am I to collapse Van Vicker's brand? I mean, I can't do that. Yeah, so we all want it well. Just that sometimes the attitude, I mean, the choice of words, some of the they're a bit harsher, but hey, I mean, it's all for the betterment of the game. Yeah.
So, in a quick review, the state of our movie industry now, I mean, it's like...
Yes, the state of our movie industry, I mean, for now, it's nothing to write home about. I mean, it's almost dead. For now, it's almost dead. You see, sometimes a snake will just go and lie somewhere and then take off all of its old body and then come out with a new body and then move on. I recall when we were younger, you go to the farm and then you see that stretch of a snake. You understand? I think that's the stage our movie industry has gotten now. It has to die.
Yeah, it's gone down.
It's gone down.
Yeah.
So that the
when
players...
When it resurfaces,
exactly. So that the players will just sit down. What are we not getting right? I mean, when you take marketing, we are not getting it right. Branding, we are not getting it right. Storylines, we are not getting it right. So they should just now sit down, look at all these things, correct them, and then we'll come back. Nigerians did it. I mean, about 15 years ago, KSM, most Ghanaians wouldn't watch a Nigerian movie. I recall growing up from the 90s. If if you are showing a typical Nigerian movie, no Ghanaian will watch. We are watching our own. We loved it. But then the Nigerians just sat down and then did some homework and said that, no, look, we have to, change things. And now they are all over the place. The last time I checked, I think Nollywood is the second biggest movie industry we have in the world. KSM, I was shocked. Second.
You beat Bollywood?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's a big achievement. You understand? So I think Ghana, we have to do a lot of homework. I mean, what I even don't like is the kind of things we portray in our movies. Sometimes I think the culture doesn't represent who we are. I mean, you watch a typical Ghanaian movie, and then you see maybe a prince or a princess walking and being, followed by 5 or 10 guards. Then I ask myself, which chief in Ghana has the prince?
But on that note, is a scriptwriter. It's supposed to be creativity. And there's something, and I'm sure you know, called creative license.
Of course.
That you can add additional things to make it more exciting.
Of course.
And I don't hold grudge that somebody has decided to use their creative license.
Oh no, I mean,
so that if it's not that, that's not what happens traditionally when the prince is walking, but in their script they have added that dimension. Do you fault them?
Yeah, I have a fault with it because the point is, art must mirror the society. That is what, art should be. It must mirror the society. What is going on in your society is for. That's why they said that every nation tells its own story. So if you do a Ghanaian movie and you are depicting this thing, somebody in Australia watching think that, oh, in Ghana, when chiefs are walking in their palace or they attend events, this is how they are treated. Because he is not in the mind of the writer to know that it is the writer who is just creating something. You understand? So you think that, oh, then in Ghana, this is what goes on. But then the point is...
We'll continue the discussion.
Yeah.
I think Amir Deborah will be joining us.
Oh, okay.
When we come back.
Yeah.
And also has his views on it. And then we all be bantering here.
I mean, no shaking.
No shaking. We're going to take a commercial break with a man who's going to be a monk at 50. When we come back, Amir Deborah will be in the house. Stick around. We'll be right back.